Hey. Hi, my name is Juliana Grinnells. I can't do this. Hi, my name is Juliana Grinnells and I am going on the World Race. So, what is the World Race? The World Race is an 11-month mission trip to 11 different countries. I will be traveling with a group of about 40 to 50 people, and we will end up being broken down into squads or teams of 6 to 8. And we will travel and spend and work 1 month in each country. So the countries that we will be traveling to will start off in Asia, and we will be going to India, Nepal, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, Rwanda, Ethiopia, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, and Colombia, and finishing it off, coming back home to Colorado. The sun moved. Gonna have to figure this out. Jeepers, the sun was in my eyes, and so I had to move my chair, and now my head is like kind of hitting like the, what are these called? Windowsill? Whatever it is. My head's hitting it now, so bear with me. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. So ministry on the World Race is going to vary differently from country to country depending on the needs and the organizations that we are partnered with. So we may be working with children in orphanages or hospitals, or hopefully teaching them, because I'm good at that, or speaking with victims of sex trafficking, working with displaced refugees. We may be called to do construction work, or even something as simple as door-to-door ministry, where we just spend time with families and share the love of God and the gospel. Ministry will be taking place in both rural and urban environments, and rural is a very hard word to say. It just sounded weird in my brain. Rural. Is that right? I hope that's right. Rural. So a lot of people have asked me why the World Race. How did I get called to do this? In this process, I really want to be authentic and raw with you about what I'm experiencing, which isn't always easy because I'm a pretty closed off person. I don't really like to share a lot of things, but I think there's something important about being raw and having that authentic aspect of it, and not, I don't know, not getting caught up in what society wants you to believe about missions and about people and about God. I just want to show you who I am and be open and honest about this whole experience that I'm about to be going through. So last year, I spent the year teaching and working in South Korea, and it was the most wonderful experience I have ever had in my life. It shaped me, it molded me, it gave me purpose. I was really happy in Korea, and I needed to come home. You know, my time had ended, I was ready to come home. I missed my family, I missed my friends. I really needed to sort out some things that I had really put off and I had run away from, and it was time for me to come home and come clean and make things right. I moved home, and in that sense the transitional phase was really difficult for me. I didn't feel like I had that purpose anymore. I felt really lost. As a 25-year-old, I'm supposed to be getting married, I'm supposed to have like a real career, I'm supposed to have life figured out, and as I'm starting to find out, like, that's just not in the works for me. I really just wanted to figure out my calling, like where I was supposed to be. I didn't want to be lukewarm anymore. I really wanted to run after something. I got involved in my church's young adult program. It's just a great community of people, all with the same struggles and feelings and battles, and it made me realize that I wasn't alone, and that building up a community of people who are all searching after the same thing was what was going to help me the most in that time. I set some goals for myself in 3 areas of my life. I set physical goals for myself, for me to be healthier, you know, go to the gym, eat healthier, have a kale leaf every once in a while instead of a bag of garden salsa sun chips, which I can't seem to crack that addiction. I just love sun chips so much. I set emotional goals for myself, where I started going to therapy and working on those really dark hard, nitty-gritty parts of life that people don't like to talk about, yeah, I'm gonna talk about it because we're all human. We all have our demons, and it was time for me to work through some of mine and face them to try and become that better person that I really want to be. And I set spiritual goals for myself to develop a stronger relationship with Christ and with my community. And I know this angle keeps flipping around because I moved because the sun started getting in my eyes again, and then my head was hitting the windowsill, and I was like, this is enough of the windowsill stuff, so I scooted over again, so like this thing just keeps bobbing back and forth, and I'm sure that when I end up editing it all together, I'm going to be like, boop, boop, boop. So that's just explaining that in advance. I don't know how to fight. I've never been anyone that It's never been a question of if I was going to go back on the field and do mission work. It was always just a question of when. I feel that God has been preparing me, living in South Korea, moving back here, getting immersed in my community at church, to prepare me for something bigger, for something like the World Race. The World Race will not be possible for me without your support. So this is my official invitation for you to come and support me on this journey. I don't like to do this. I'm very prideful, and I like to do things myself, and I can do things myself, and this is just something I cannot do on my own. It is very humbling, and I know it's going to be so rewarding in the end, but standing at the bottom of the mountain looking up thinking how am I gonna do this is a little intimidating, to say the least. There are lots of ways for you to support me. The first is prayer support. Please pray for me as I prepare for this journey, and please continue to pray for me as I am on the field over the next year. The other way that you can support me is obviously through financial support, and this is where it gets very humbling. I need to raise $17,617 for the World Race to become a possibility, and that is a staggering amount of money, I know. So that $17,617 will be going towards all of my expenses for the 11 months. That's going to include all international and domestic travel. It will include all health insurance, all food, all lodging, any type of on-field support that I will need that will be covered in those expenses. I know that people are in different financial capacities, and if you feel led to financially support me, you can go to my race website, juliannagrinnells.theworldrace.org, and you can click on the orange donate tab, and there you can make one-time monthly donations to my trip. Any amount is appreciated, and I know that that sounds cliche, but every penny seriously counts, and it will be so well used while I'm abroad. So this is my official invitation to invite you to support me. There are multiple ways for you to support me: through prayer, through word of mouth, through finances. Any support is greatly appreciated, and it will be so well used. Alright, well, with that being said, and with the sun dangerously close to creeping around the pole again and making me hit my head on the windowsill, my name is Julianna Grinnells. I am 25 years old, and I am going on the World Race.